Let me introduce myself first. So my name is Jilawat Pompon. I'm from the company that distributes iThenticate in just exclusive in Thailand. So during a training, if you have question, you can stop me anytime. Just hang up and shoot me the questions. So before we start, I have a knows you have a background about the iThenticate alternate in or not. So I give you a bit about the iThenticate. The iThenticate is the same idea as the Turnitin. We call the anti-plagiarism software. So it means that if you want to publish or even you are doing a research, doing a thesis, you have to prove that your works haven't copied from anyone else. So Turnitin and iThenticate as a tool to prove you that you are originals. So this is the concept of the Turnitin and the iThenticate. But Turnitin and iThenticate a bit different. I mean, different in we use the different source. The Turnitin use three major sources. So I will show you how it's work. Just look at that. So the concept is the same. Even the Turnitin and iThenticate we call an originality checks the plagiarisms and prevention survey that check your writings for citation mistakes or inappropriate copy links. So it will show you the sample of this. And the same idea, we have the three major sources from the Turnitin. But from the iThenticate, we use only two major sources. The first one we call the Internet Archive. The Internet Archive, Turnitin and iThenticate share links together with the Internet Archive. So the same as the idea, we have a crawlers to search web every day. After we search web, the end of the day, we index in the database we call Internet Archive. Not only the current, we have the back file to 15 years for the Internet Archive. So even you take some sentence in some website that posted last year, the Turnitin will checks back from the last year, maybe show you that, hey, this is not yours. This is you take from this website. So this is called the Internet Archive. And another one, the Turnitin is use the same source, but Authenticate we have the exclusive that Turnitin doesn't. We call the premium scholarly journals. The iThenticate they use we call the COSLab members. Suppose you are submit articles to publish in the major premiums publishers such as Elsevier, Springers, or even the Wiley's. So they all of them are the member of COSLab. The COSLab assigns the DOI for unique articles that we protect for dead link in the futures. So this one is like the huge database to search with the previous research. Back to 15 year, back to 10 year, back to 20 year. To prove that your idea or even your topics haven't published before. This is can prove. And the third major source says this only the Turnitin, but iThenticate use just only two major sources, but I will show you the detail later on. And you look at that, how it works. The same idea as a turning in. You don't worry about the turning in. Just know the technicals from how it's work. The turning in and the iThenticate use the same technology. Start with you submit your manuscript. The turning in or iThenticate will transform your manuscript in digital fingerprint like a binary codes. You have unique fingerprints different from your friend, from your colleague, even your parents. So suppose you are a detective. You found some evidence in a house and you found that in the pencils, you got a fingerprint. You want to prove that whose fingerprint. So you need a database to compare it. The same idea with the iThenticate. They want to prove that your works haven't published, haven't show up before. So they use three major sources or two major sources to compare with your works, like compare your digital fingerprint. If the same fingerprint that maybe they highlight in like this and show you how many percent use similar to other works. This is how it works. So this is the idea for the people who are new for today, or even you're familiar with the turn-in. The concept is the same. The concept is the same, and detail is a bit different. So let's start. I will show you what you are going to learn from today. I'm going to train you for today. I divide in 5 sections for training today. The first one, how to get your account and how to manage your account, because account basics, you have to know how can I get a new account. Even your existing account, you want to change your personal information, you want to change your password. So how can I do that? This is the first one. And the second one, the iThenticate and turn-in is different. The turn-in, they have 3 different types of accounts. If you remember that, you have student accounts, you have instructor accounts, you have administrator accounts. But iThenticate it doesn't. They got only 2 types of accounts. The first one we call administrator accounts, and the second one, you and me use the same account, we call the user accounts. Just only user account. This is the user account. And user account, you don't need to create a class. You don't need to enroll in a class. So that's it's different from the turn-in. You have your own account, you have to manage your own file submission. We call managing files and folders. I will show you how it works. This is the detail from the second topics. And the third one, you finish your manuscript, you want to upload to check against this previous work. The third step we call file uploadings to iThenticate. It's very easy for the third step. And the fourth step, in a few seconds, the iThenticate will generate you the similarity report. And you have to know that how can I view the similarity report? How can I interpret that? What the report telling me is. This is for the similarity report topics. And another one, we have some feature addings. We have AI detection. So suppose in your thesis, you just use Chat GPT to generate for the chapter 2 for the literature review. And you copy from that and add it to chapter 2 in thesis. Chapter 1, maybe you write by your own. Only chapter 2, you use the AI writing for you. The iThenticate will detect it and show you in separate the report. Hey, student, you are cheating? You are using AI to write chapter 2? So they will separate you into report. The first one we call the similarity report. And the second one we call AI reportings. So it show you which sentence, which page that may be potential to use the AI lighting for you. This is we call the AI lighting. So this is for all. Just takes 2.5 hours for training today. So let's start with the first one. So I have to announce, and at the end of this training, I will let the librarian tell you how to get the account. So I will show you in the generals on training first. The first one is different from the Turnitin is the URL to access the iThenticate. You cannot type iThenticate.com because the iThenticate provide unique URLs from only the PSU. So I cannot provide you what a unique URL. You have to go to the library and ask for, hey, librarians, what the unique URL for access the iThenticate that subscribed by PSU. For me, I use the demo account that we call, this is unique for my company, that the iThenticate set it up for the company that the distributors for training today. And you, the PSU, maybe start with, I cannot remember that, and maybe the PSU, something like this, and followed by the turnitin.com, not iThenticate.com. So let the end of training, let the librarian show you what the URL. And then when you have the URL, before you got the account, you just go to the library and ask for, hey, the librarians, I want to have an iThenticate account. How can I apply for it? The librarian will send you a forms. You have to fill in the forms, and the librarian maybe recommend you to use the PSU domain. They don't recommend you to use the standard email like Gmails, Hotmails. It's except for the iThenticate, but from the PSU, they don't allow you to use that one because they want to screen that you are students or you are professors from PSU or not. This is the we call some requirement from the PSU. And then after you filling the forms, maybe you just take half a day, 1 hours, or a day to add you. After they add you, the Turnitin or iThenticate will send you the email directly to your email that you provide to the library. When you got the email, the topics, we got the subjects. The subject will show you, you have to set up your iThenticate account. You just open it and follow the link. You just click sign or set up an account. That link will bring you directly to the page to filling your personal information. So just a 3-step, the easy step. You just fill in first name, last names, password, even your username. So this is just only things. So you have to know how to create the password. They have a loop, 4 requirements. The first one, they need at least 1 capitalized letters, special symbol, and numbers and characters. 4 requirements. At least 12 characters. At least 12 characters. So you have to meet the requirement. If you don't, they don't allow you to create. This is just the generals, how to get the accounts. So from this part, let the librarian explain you after the training again. So I just show you in the general. It could be in the general like this, the step. The second step, when you got the account, you just type that I told you earlier, unique URL. You cannot type iThenticate.com. You have to type a unique URL that iThenticate provides only the PSU. Just highlight the page show you like this, iThenticate v2. So just fill in the first one, the username. Just type your usernames. It could be the email address. It's easy to remember that email address. And another one, a password. You just click the password. Just type a password that you already created, the password. So even you forget your password or even you forget your username, don't go to the library again. Don't ask for, hey, I forgot my password. I forgot my username. So you can retrieve it by your own. You just click. So sorry, I forgot my username. You just click on this. They provide you 2 options. Forgot username. And I'm sorry, I forgot my password. You just select forgot my password. This is how to solve your problems for the user and a password. So I'm ready to get in. Just sign in. Just sign in. Just sign. Just a few minutes. They show you like this. They show you like it. So let's say from the second step, the first one, accounts basic. How can I manage my accounts? The first one I just told you earlier, set up your accounts. And now I want to change my username or even the email or even the password. Can I edit my personal information? Can I edit my existing password to change because someone know my password? It's not secure for me. So use this one. So look at that. You got on the the left-hand side at the bottom of the page. You can notice that your names and your last name, you just put them out over that. One click and show you. You want to sign out? Don't forget to sign off after finish using the iThenticate. If you don't, if you leave the page unactive 10 minutes, the iThenticate will log it out, sign out for you automatically. And you have to sign in again. So if you want to sign out immediately after you finish using the iThenticate, you just put them out with this, sign out. Or even you want to change your personal information, you just put the mouse over the edit my profile. Bring you to your profiles. So you look at that, you got what it is, user information, your first names. Support your library type long spelling for your first name, misspelling for your last name. You just added it. And some a bit difference from the turn-in and iThenticate. The turn-in is use your email address as a username, but iThenticate is different. You can create your easy username for you. Some of you don't familiar with email address. I want to change my username to just only my name. It can be, but I recommend use the username same as the email address. Last 6 months ago, some user use a bit different from the email address. Authenticate cannot recognize that. They want you to change password every day. So it's not comfortable for you. So I recommend you keep username the same as email address for the better use. This one. It depends on you, but my recommend you to use the same as the email address. And another one, the language from the home page. The language display, you can choose. Maybe you are not English, non-English. You are using the Chinese, Japanese, even Arabic. You can change your display language to your own language. So this is the list of this. Unfortunately, we don't have Thai. We don't have Bahasa. But fortunately, we have the Koreans, Chinese, Japanese, the Arabic, uh, France, Portuguese. This is the list of language. So if you don't choose default set in English, set in English. And this one, change your password. If you think password is not secure for you anymore, so you can change it and save change and back to home page again, back to home again. So this is we call editing your profiles. This is the second step, the first step, account basics. And another one, move to another topics, managing files and folders. The concept, like I'm using the personal computer, PC, you just start typing and even you just start searching and delete treasures. So when you download it, save it. Only one file, that no problem for you. But in the future, you got a lot of files, different type of files, different type of topics. So you need to manage that files. You have to create and group it in folders. So the same thing, the same idea as using the PC. The Authenticates allow you to manage your file and folders. So let's start with the first one. How can I adding folders to separate the publication? Separate maybe cas categorize for this is for thesis. This is for paper submission. This is for my projects. This is we call adding a folders. Back to Authenticate again. Default sets you on page My Files. If you are new, never use, this is empty one. The empty ones. It's no folders, no files. But for the first use, you have a choice for create a folders. So look at that. Let's start with manage files. And the next to the manage file, the Authenticate provide you. Would you like to add folders for the future use? Of course, I do. Just click on this, add folders, add folders, add folders, add folders. The add folders allow you to create the names. You can create in English or even your language, Arabic, Chinese, Japanese, Portuguese, or even Thai. So suppose this one is my research articles. I just type research articles, research articles, research article, research again, research articles. This is my research articles. So I will give assign a years for this year only. So this is my folder. Next time, then I upload a file that related to these folders. I will assign in these folders. I will assign in this folder. And then just add it. Add it. You got research articles. So another one, add it again. So just give, this one is my thesis. You just type my thesis, thesis, thesis. And maybe for this year's, I just type thesis. And you don't worry about this one. Some of your accounts is invisible. For my account, it's visible because the admin said it. So you don't worry, it's different from you. That's the matter. That's the matter. You may be invisible for you, invisible for you. Don't worry about this one. Just leave it. And then just add it, add it, add it. You got my thesis. And another one, support I doing a projects. I have a co-worker, I have a co-respondings, I have a co-authors. So this is my projects. Projects. This is my project 1, my projects 2, my projects 3. So unlimited to create a folders. You can have 100 of folders. You can have 200 of folders, or you can have 10 folders. It's depend on you. Unlimited to creating a folders. So just add it, add it. So I got all this. So this is very easy. Create a folders. Another one, you may question me, what about files? What does it mean? Files, I will show you how it look like. Suppose you are upload without creating a folders. The Authenticate will use this one. Do you look at that? We got show you on this a low in this one. You got maybe you got a file on this because this file you don't have a folder from them, folder from it. They will list in the my files. But if you have a folder like this, they will show you this is a files that you have just recent uploading. You can move out to my files. This is difficult files. So let's start back to my file again. The first one, how can I edit a folders or in files? Suppose you are misspelling. I want to change a years for, hey, I want to create for the next 2 years, 2024, 2025. How can I edit? So back to again, you have two options. The first option, you look at that, put the mouse over the folders on the left-hand side. You have this one, a menu like this, 3 dot. You just put the mouse over that and one click. They show you a list of editings, move, share, delete. So we explain you one by one. The first one, edit. Suppose I want to change a project to projects for solar cell. I just click on this. So I should change a projects for suppose a solar cell, solar cells, solar cell. Or maybe I change to solar energies. This is my projects. This one. So save it. Save it. You look at that, you can change, we call edit, edit, edit. So another one, move, move. We have, suppose you got 3 different trial folders, but my thesis is a part of projects. Research article is a part of projects. You want to make the project is the main folders. My thesis is a subfolders. Research article is subfolder under a project for solar cells. Easy one. Put them over this. Just click, move it to a project for solar cell. You just put on this and move it. It's gone. Move to an event. Recent articles is the subfolder of project for solar cell. Put them over this, move it. Same projects for solar cell and move it. You look at that. In the project of solar cell, you just get in, open to get in. You got 2 folders, a subfolder. So this is, you can manage it. So the main folders, maybe the name of projects. And the subfolder can divide in the different type of application. So this is the idea for move, move. Move can use for files and folder. After we have a file, I will show you later. So another one, you look at that, sharing. Sharing is depend on your account. If your administrators allow you or set you as the different type, they have different type of accounts. Maybe you set to just only uploading. They don't open you a features sharing. The sharing is invisible for you. But for me, I use the full features. I have set up the account able to sharing with another member of this account. Support my projects. I have a co-authors, co-workers. I doing this part, doing for live trappings. My colleague doing sensorings, and another colleague do another part of solar. So suppose I want to share my folders to my colleagues. That's a member of this project. I just put them over that and share it. And just type names. Type names. Just type a username like this. So it's mean you are owner of folders. Jilomat Bonbon is a member of these projects. So I want to share him with my part of lighting. So share you. So I just click on this invite. When you click invite, the iThenticate will send directly to Kilowatt. Hey, what does this share you? You want to join it? If you join, you can accept the invitation and you can access to my paper submission. So I just click invite. After invite, they will send directly to the Kilowatt. When the Kilowatt got, Kilowatt can able to access the Latasys. This is the owner. So may you question back to me, what about the people who sharing me? Can I know that? On the left-hand side, you look at that. The people who share with me, you want to see the list of the people who share with me. You just put the mouse over share with me. This will show you how many people share you, how many folders they share you, how far you can access to. So this is some, you can look at that, who's sharing you, who's sharing you. And back to my file again, back to my file again. So this is we call sharing. So repeat you again, challenge for you may invisible. You can ask the librarian, hey librarian, can you change my cows to able to challenge my photo with my colleague? It's possible to change me? You just ask the librarian who is the administrator for iThenticate. This is a challenge. And another one, delete. You look at that. Suppose this folder is too old for me. I don't use it anymore. I want to delete it. I just click delete it. It's delete. Not delete permanently. Not delete permanently. Just move to the tag. So I will show you tag. What does mean tag? So this is how to manage, edit, edit, delete, sharing, share with me. So another one, restore from the tag back to again. Suppose I just remember that, hey, on the photos that I just delete, some file is still active for me. Can I restore back to my file again? Certainly you have a chance. Back to attach again, and attach, you can restore it. Check box and use this one, restore. So you can restore it back to my file page again, or even think I don't use this anymore. I want to delete permanently. So you'll just click on this, permanently delete, permanently delete. You just click on this. It's gone. You cannot restore it anymore. It's gone out. So this is we call the restore. This is we call the restore. So you know that movings, deleting, restoring, empty tag, sharing, and sharing with me. And file I will show you later what this signifies and how to manage file. So this is, you can create a folder after you submit or before you submit. So you have chance. So for me, I will show you how it's work for the step for training. And the third one, move to the third one, the highlight one. How can I upload my thesis? How can I upload my manuscript? So just move to the third step, file uploading, file uploading, file uploading. So back to iThenticate again, back to start homepage again, my files. So I'm ready to submit. You look at that on this one. The iThenticate provide you the prompts, uploadings, buttons. You look at that, uploading, but they have different type of uploading. You have a choice for select we call the way that you want to compare with. Look at that. They provide you a drop-down menu list. Just click on this to explain you what the difference. iThenticate provide you two options. The first option, repository comparison. The idea is you want to compare against with other works from internet, from premium scholarly journals. This we call repository comparison. And another one is good for you. If you are good researchers, publish a lot in journals, this is we call dog to dogs comparison. It gives you the idea how it's used. The first one, suppose you have previous research. Previous research published in last 2 years. 2 years ago, you published the first start. Suppose you are doing a project, solar energy. The first project you concept for solar energy for you in under the concept, the clean energy. So the first paper you talk about using the solar energy for generating maybe electricity for a housing. So this is one of the first one you published last 2 years, 2 years ago. And for this year, the current year, you start doing projects that continuing research related to the first research published in last 2 years. So maybe some section, the introduction related to previous research. So if you want to publish, maybe publisher don't allow you to copy word by word from the previous research to repeat in introduction or reviews for the literatures by copy word by word. But you have to check that from the previous research and the current that I'm going to publish in the next 2 months, which section is similar or even exactly the same, longer than paragraph, longer than 2 sentences, longer than a page. You use the iThenticate to copy only your previous research and your current research. And if you check it, the section introduction is exactly the same. You think publisher will allow you to publish? They will be ask you, hey, I cannot accept from this section. Even you mentioned for the previous research, you cannot copy word by word. You have to rely or paraphrase from the previous research again. So this is like you copy from other works, even we call the self-plagiarism maybe. So this one you can copy doc-to-doc comparison. This is the first case. And the second is mean one day you are going to publish and you found some your colleagues, your classmates copy some part of you. You just go to university and just complain it. Hey, the get is good. This my colleagues copy my works, not the whole works, just some part of me. I want to complain it. Can you investigate it? And can you ask them to like the detail on this? And maybe university want to know what part of you similar to your colleague. They will use you as a main document and ask for your colleague to compare. So it means you compare word by word, section by section, article by articles. So this is can prove that your colleague copy from you, or you just imagine on this. So this is we call doc to docs. A doc to doc allow you to compare maximum 5 files to yours. And the last case, maybe you can compare the first draft and the second draft. And the first draft and second draft and the third draft and the fourth draft and the fifth draft for you is quite similar, or I have already changed or still in the second draft. So this is we call doc-to-doc comparison. I will show you how it's works. So let's start with the basic one. Compare your work against with other works, not only your works. It's wise space for this because repository comparison. So you have two options. The first option, you can click on this uploading, or you can choose from this one. So it's the same repository comparison. Only doc-to-doc comparison, you have to select doc-to-doc comparison from this. So let's start uploading. So bring you to the page, upload file. You may question me, what type of files that can I upload to the iThenticate? The same idea with the Turnitin. What size? How many pages? And what at least how many words? I can check from this. So show you. You can open the file requirement on this file requirement. The first one you look at that, total upload size must not exceed 200 megabytes. So this is we call the whole folders or zip files, even the zip file. We call the upload size, total upload size must not exceed 200. Enough for thesis, enough for texts, books, more than enough. The individual files must be less than 100 megabytes. 100 megabytes is too big. Even you upload the whole thesis. I have seen the thick thesis just only 45 megabytes. 100 megabyte is more than enough. You can upload 2 theses. This is a 100 megabytes. And the third requirement, file must have at least 20 words. Imagine 20 words is equal to maybe equivalent to a sentence. A sentence. This we call 20 words. Less than 20 words. The iThenticate will say, hey, unfortunately, I cannot create you the report. It's because you don't meet the requirement. And another one, maximum page. Maximum page length is up to 800 pages. 800 pages is more than enough. Even you are lecturers, you are instructor, you are going to write a books, 10 chapters, maybe thick books, page, not 1,000 page, maybe 500 page, thick enough. 600 page is thick enough for checks by iThenticate. And zip, suppose you open a class, open a class for undergraduate students for the basic science or basics knowledge. Student from 10 faculties enroll you, but you don't allow to undergraduates to check by iThenticate. You just collect 100 of files from undergraduate student, watch and upload to the iThenticate. Zips contain 10 files. 10 files. Exist, not exist, 200 megabytes. 200 megabytes. So, and question again, what type? In Visual Use supported file type include the basics, Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint. This is the basics most of you familiar with. And PDF. PDF allow you to upload. We call converted PDF. Converted PDFs mean the original file created by document, the Microsoft Word. And after you add it, you save a copy again, save as PDF. This we call the converted. It's still, we can copy a word from the PDF that we converted from the Word. But if you are using the scanner to scan the document and save as a PDF, that you can treat as the image, cannot shake because you are using the image to use it to let the iThenticate for check that. Unfortunately, I cannot check. And HTML, RTF, not in the list, cannot create your report. So this is check for you, the requirement. And the last one, the AI lighting detection, limited to 15,000 word. 15,000 word. Suppose you look at that. 15,000 enough for articles, more than enough. The articles maximum page, I have seen 7,000, maybe what limit up to 7,000. The average for research articles is 5,000 up to 6,000. So 15,000 that enough for checking the AI. For the thesis, I recommend you to save the separate chapters in different files. Single file for single chapter. So this one you can check AI lighting detection. If the word exceeds 15,000, so it cannot generate you the AI report. So this is some requirement. So you can check every time that you want. Whenever you want, you just click on this, put the mouse over file requirement. So I'm ready to submit to iThenticate. You have two options: drag it and drop it, or select from the location. I will show you two option of this. So what I just open this, look at that. And then what else? Drag and drop. Drag and to put the mouse over the file that and drag, drop. When you drag and drop, the titles automatically generate for you, same as the file name. So you can change it to maybe short name of this, some recognize easy word for you to remember that file did relate to which publication. So this is the first one. So if you don't happy on this, allow you to delete it. Just click on this, move it, remove it. So change again, use another option, select file. Select file again. So select file again. Select file, you can select from this, select from this, select from this, and open it, open it, open it. So you can add it. Suppose this is chapter 1, chapter 1, draft 1, or something like this. This is we call chapter 1. And what else? Whose file is it? Is yours? Of course, it's mine. Put your names, your last names, your last names. Bhorn. This is my last name. So this one, maybe you and me different. Maybe this feature you invisible for you. For me, visible for me because the administrator said for me. When I use this account for demonstration, I have to apply the full function to see the customer to see it. So some of you, maybe admin thinks it's done useful for you. May I invisible for you. So this is mean they ask you if you see it. They ask you, hey, after you check or the iThenticate checks it and generate the report. Do you want to turn iThenticate to store it as an originals to compare with other works in the futures? So it means you want to keep or you store your files as an originals to compare with other works in this account in the futures. If you don't, you want to and check and check again. You don't need to check this box. I don't want to store my file as an originals in iThenticate database. Because if I just check box, I come in hours again, I use the same file and check it. Maybe similarity index up to 100%, similar to the previous submission. So I don't recommend you to check this box. Maybe you don't see it. is invisible for you. It depends on uh, the labeling or administrative set for you. So the step easy. And now after you click confirms, iThenticate will generate you the report immediately. So let's start confirm. When you confirm, you look at that, they show you still uploading, one items, still processing, still processing. Haven't finished yet. Haven't finished yet. Haven't finished yet. You look at that. Finish. When it finish, you got percent. Just a few seconds. Don't take won't be long. Don't take a minute. Don't take an hours. 70%. Just few seconds. So let's say you look at that. Come to this again. How can I edit file? How can I move file? So this one we call, you look at that, files. Suppose you look at that, I don't happy with names, titles. I want to change to chapter first stop, chapter and first stop. So just click on this, add it. Just change it to my first stops, first stop, the first stop, first stop. So the others, maybe I just type the long spelling. Just change all the names, all the last name, and update it. Update it. They will change for you. That's for you. And another one I want to assign the chapter 1 belong to folder projects for solar energy. So you just put them over this and move it, move it, move it. Just click, move it. And move to projects, solar energy, or expand it to my thesis. Expand it to my thesis. So this is chapter 2 under the project solar cell. But in the subfolder, I want to assign the subfolder my thesis and move it, move it. So this is can move it, move it. So question again. Shakespeare in index doesn't exist. My apps index indicates. So this is it's depend on your administration and your administrators. They don't want to visible for you. They just split off these features because they want to protect you. If you want, I think is should be invisible for years, for maybe for you checks only use copy from other works. It doesn't necessarily for checks box or keep as an original. So it depends on you. If you is important for you, you can ask uh case by case for the admin to request on that. Uh, another one. Show you again. Uh upload again. Show you upload again. Upload again. So this maybe drag and drops. Drag and drop. So still my work again and confirm again, confirm again, confirm again, confirm again. So maybe I want to share the articles to suppose this is my articles submission for my first stop, my first stops. So just click confirm, 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 confirm. So when you confirm it, still processing, you can move it to a project's solar energies. So you can check this box and you can use this one move, or you can use this one move. So just move it to my projects, research articles, and move it. So even you look at that, it's still processing. You don't want, you can move it. Uh, show you again. Uh, the last one. The last one for submit file. Back to upload again. Upload again. And just select file again. And select this. But we want to on this one. And this one. And again. So you can like entice and confirms, confirm and move it to my project again, to article again, and move it. So this is we call compare with other works. So another option, you want to compare to your previous works, or even you complain to your colleagues that he steals, he stole, or he copied from you some part of this. So you don't want to compare with other works. You can use this option, doc to docs. So you can use doc to doc. Just click doc to doc comparison. Doc comparison. You got the main files. Main files is like you want to use this one as an originals, and files who copy from this original work. So you can select this one and compare up to 5 files and show you how it's work. Just click on this, select, and back to again. This is the original file, and then open it, open it. So you can change this. You can change to the originals, originals work, work. And your names, maybe just type your names, your last names. And then you want to compare with whose work, just select file. Select it, open it, select it, another files, open it, select it, maybe this one, and the first file, this one, up to 5. When you finish, you just click confirm. This is we call doc to doc. So this is you look at the processings, but they don't generate you the percentage. They just uh display doc to docs to remind you that you are using compare document by document, not compare with others. So this is we call how can I upload uh, file uploading. So move to the second last topics, the similarity report. I will show you the overview. I can interpret that and using feature filter it. What does how it works? I'll show you back to this again. You look at that. When you finish, they show you this is doc to doc. So let back to you later. So just move to a projects. Open it, double click. Start with, look at my research. So I got 26% for the first stops. And this one I got 77%. So let's start with 26%. Just open it. Just open it. The report is a bit different from the Turnitin. For me, I prefer iThenticate report. It's showing me clearly and make me more understanding what should I add it, what should I missing, what should I cannot do like this. So I will show you what the report in the generals overview first. The first one on this, you look at that, you have two different types of report. The first one we call the similarity report. Just show you what word, what sentence, which page that use similar to other words that direct you to go to the individual's match and move match by match using this one, similarity report. Another one, custom section. Custom section is mean if your administrator said you allow you to exclude some custom section. So I don't want to check excuse me on acknowledgement section. Don't check me because if you check me that acknowledgement section, a lot of that is quite similar to my colleague. So this is what we call a custom section. Flags. Flags is mean the turning in the iThenticate will telling the people who see this report. Maybe I found maybe some word. The student going to cheating the iThenticate. So when you got the facts, I will show you how it works. Flags, like you go to a battlefield. In the battlefield, you cannot walk without uh, attention on every single step. If you don't to the guide, you don't follow to a leaders, you may step on a bombs. Maybe you die. So your maybe your leaders will use a flex to notice you that, hey, you cannot step on this. If you step over this, you will die because a bomb is on this. So this is we show your facts. How cheating on this? So I will show you what does it mean, facts. And another one, AI lightings. AI lighting is mean the separate parts of maybe page one, paragraph two to sentence is potential to lighting by AI. So this is we show you the separate. If you have a file that I created by the chat GPT to show you how it works. So this is the overview. Back to the similarity report again. The similarity report will overview you what else on this one. How many pages? How many words? And you can zoom in, zoom out. This is the navigation. And another one, this is the detail. I will show you how it leads. You look at that. It's quite more detail on this. It's quite useful for you, how it's work. And on the right-hand side, you got two options. The first option you haven't seen in the Turnitin, we call match groups, match group. Match group is mean, you look at that, the overall, you got 26%. You make question, 26% of what? And what is 20%? What's wrong with 26%? So the match group will show you, I found 181 match. You don't cite and you don't quote, exactly the same, equal to 80%. I will show you how it works. This is just overview. And iThenticate say again, X match, you missing quote. So you just use my speed to mention on your thesis. Exactly the same of my speed. You don't change to your own word, but you give only the citation. If you give only the citation for the leader, maybe understanding that is your, because your word is paraphrasing, but it's not. If you copy my speed exactly the same word by word, you need to encode the quotation. So the turn-in will remind you, and iThenticate will remind you missing a quote, how many match? Or missing citation. So maybe you put a quote, but you're missing a citation. No cite, no quote. This is match group. So I love this one. I will show you how it works. And if you're familiar with the turn-in, you have the same as turn-in, showing you by sources. This one, sources. This is we call the same as the turn-in. We show you how it works. And another the filters that different from the turn-in. Maybe some feature is same as some feature is different from turn-in. You just click filters. So you got the filters, compare submit against. Look at that. I just mentioned to you earlier two major sources that iThenticate used to compare with. But in this one, they will separate the two major sources in different type of it. What is it? I will show you and explain you later. And why I have to uncheck, I have to check all, or should I check only one? So this equation, compare, submit against. And exclude filters, you may familiar with exclude bibliography, exclude code, exclude small match, but you haven't heard exclude cited text. What does it mean? Exclude abstracts. What does it mean? Exclude methodology. What does it mean? This is the future, is more future for you compared with the Turnitin. So let's see in the details. Let's start with the similarity report first. So I'm going to use you for basic calculation in Turnitin. But from the iThenticate, you don't need it anymore. But I will use the same idea with the Turnitin for you, and you can apply to the iThenticate. And look, iThenticate is more easier than Turnitin for reading the report, interpreting the report. So let's start with open the calculator first. Calculators. Open the calculators. You look at when you open the calculators, I want to know the roughly how many what and 26% of what. So you look at that, the basic calculation, start with how many word of your file. You start with the total word, 11,117. This is your totals. And iThenticate found that 26 of 11,000 is similar to other words. You just use this one multiplied by 26% equal to. So you look at that from the Rhapsody. The iThenticate show you that, hey, student lecturers, you got 2,890 words, similar to other works. But don't worry about that. I will show you the details. You can figure it or you can leave it. Just follow me. Follow me. You can look at it. You can look that. The iThenticate will show you 2018. They found in which page? They found in which sentence? How long for each map? So just follow from the first source. Start with the more, it's mean the longer words or more words. Start with the first one. They source by Hyatt Maths first. You look at the first one. You look at let's expand the first source. They fall from the internet. Found 3%. So 3%, you just start basic calculate again. Calculate again. You look at that. Don't need to calculate anymore for the iThenticate. 3% is equal to 300. But turn it in calculate for you. IThenticate calculate for you. You look at that. 3% is equal to 350 word match. 350 word match. And just not only found in one page. They found in different page, different Tencent. They found 22 text box. Text boxes mean they found in different page, different sentence. So you look at that, you don't need to use the calculator anymore. If you're using the Turnitin, you have to use the calculator to maybe estimate you how many words. But for iThenticate, you don't need a calculator anymore. I don't need it. Just close the calculators. So I'm going to follow the instruction for the Turnitin guide me for more understandings that iThenticate found it. And you say that, hey, iThenticate, show me 22 match. How long for the match? For each match, you just put them all this, expand it, show you. You look at that. They will expand match by match. Start with the first match of 22. The first match, they found 11 word. 11 word. So zoom in. Start with the first match. Start with the first match. You look at that. One, the first match. One. And you look at that from the first match. They found in different sentence. They found this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11. Suppose on this 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe this one. You look at that. From the first map, on the first source, 11 word. Compare with the internet source. This is the original one that turned in detected. You look at that on this sentence. In the context, it's different. But the main keyword is the same. The main keywords can be public page, maybe country names, maybe name of X, maybe a name of methodologies, maybe name of universities, or maybe a generic name for a bread, maybe a generic name for a knife, or maybe unique name for a knife, something like that. And I say, hey, this is not select. So similar to only the technical terms, I don't need to collect it. So you can leave it. Move to the next match for the first source again. Move it. From the first source, you look at that. This is quite more interesting for you. From the second match, they found 21. You imagine 21. 21 is equal to, maybe equivalence to a sentence. A sentence is long. You look at that, a sentence is found in the important section, in the discussion section, just only one sentence. Maybe publisher will, hey, reject you because discussion section is not long, just half a page or 2 paragraphs. But if you found one sentence, it's quite your potential for plagiarism. So maybe I'll reject you. So you have to look at the detail. Don't believe me. You look at that. On the left-hand side is yours. On the right-hand side is the original works that found from the website. Compare exactly the same, only the first word. A question. This is a question too, but spell in square, in cube. The iThenticate recognize in different words, but from the human view, you look at that, it's the same word, but use the cheating one. I'm going to just this. You don't have to rely, but you look at that in the details. What's wrong with this? You got code, this one. You got code. You got code. And you got look at that. This is called citation. So you don't copy from other works. You use exactly the same as originals. But you think this sentence I can change to my word. If I change to my word, the meaning is different. Is make the leaders maybe misunderstandings from the meaning of this sentence. So it cannot change to my word, to my own word. I have to keep the exactly the same as an originals. So I just use the basics citation and code the quotation and give the credit to the owner of this. You look at that, give the citation and a quote is mean exactly the same as the originals. This is we can prove by human, but it cannot prove by the machines like iThenticate. The iThenticate as a tool just give you, hey, this is more potentials. A potential is not exactly the copies. It's human have to adjust it. You look at it, you have two options. The option one, you want to execute this. If you want to execute this, you willing to do it. You are allowed to do it. You look at it. Execute this text. I just click on this. Execute it. They will calculate you again. And you look at that. 22 match. Declare to 21 match. So this is we call, you can look at that again. So show me again. Move again. Number two, change. It's all equal to 9 what? Start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 what? Just only the general terms. You look at that, 9 what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like the name of knife, we call the GIs, geography indicators. You cannot, you look at that, you cannot change to your own word. Like you buy croissants, champagnes, you have to use the champagnes, whiskey, you have to use the whiskey. Uh, you study in PSU, Pinop Songkha University, you cannot change to another names. This is the we call the generics or geographical location or GI, something like this. So it's not longer than sentence. It doesn't matter, just only 9 words. Move forward. Again, just only 8 words. It doesn't matter. Can move it. Move it. And another one, 8 word again. Format. Doesn't matter. And you look at that, this one quite longer than sentence. 30x word. Look at that, longer than sentence. Again, look at that, it's exactly the same, but you give a credit. You look at that, credit, and you give a quote that you just tell the leader, hey, this is not mine. This is from this gentleman. So just give it. So how can I do it? Execute for me. Execute this text. So it's gone. Recalculate again. Resorting again. So just move again. Do you look? Percent is decreasing from 3% down to 2%, 2%. So look at that again. So move it, move it. You just move skin and skin. Skin if the word match only up to X, up to 9, you can skin. But if the number of match word up to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, you need to Scan is mean look carefully on this, match by match, and just it. You look at this one again. It's still execute. You can use this one or you can use filter later on. It's depend on you. So this one again, give a code. You don't need to execute. You just leave it. You can use the filter later on. So I just move it. So this is quite useful for you for iThenticate. They will calculate for you how many words for each map and watch word. You have to pay attention on this and watch word. You can leave it. It's quite general. Maybe the article is MR was were in up and the or something like this. For the first source, it's not quite serious. I don't found in the first source is potential to plagiarism. So I happy on the first source. I move to the second source, internet again, number 2. The number 2, you look at that, you found 222 words in totals, but you found in different match, in different page. 18 text box is 18 match. And the total word is equal to 252. Give you a detail on this. Number 4 in purples, colors, you look at that. This one is 5 word, 8 word. Quite general terms, general word. The name of X. I cannot use my own word. Not longer than sentence. Not longer than 2 lines. So leave it. Move forward. Number 2 again, X word. Oh, look at that. Hey, number 3. It's quite interesting for me. They got 25 words. You look at that? 25 words. 25 words, exactly the same. You found something on this? Something that's quite, we call improper citation. Improper citation, you look at that. The text exactly the same. But you say, hey, I already give the citation. The citation, if you give only the citation, it means this one you have to rely or paraphrase to your own work. But from this, you haven't relied or create to your own work. You keep exactly the same as in originals. So we call this is an improper citation. You cannot do. If you want to keep exactly the same, you need encode a quotation and give the citation. So for the second, you have to think about this. You have to think about on this. What you missing quote or you're missing something, or we call improper citation. So move forward again. This one you cannot ignore it. Move it. Move it again. You look at that, compare the same match. The rest of this is not important. You can ignore it. So leave it. For the second, you have one match that you have to pay attention on this. What you are missing, what you do something wrong. What you did something wrong on the second match. So from the third one is equal to 1%. 1% may question me, hey, This is just a, we call small match. Do you have to pay attention on this? You look at that. Even 1%. 1% of 11,000 is equal to 100 words. If 100 words found in one match is longer than sentence, you cannot leave it. You have to give the detail. You have to see the detail. On the third one, you put on it. On the first match, you look at that. Then found on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You look at that. 6, 7, 8, 2, 9, 10, 20. And you look at that. This is we call a word in footer. Maybe university require you to add a word in every single page of your thesis with this word, a footer. Identicate is doesn't know this is other works or your own works. They treat as your copy from other works because I have the similarity to your colleague. This is we call the quick. You repeat a word and use the same as the template, the original template from PSU. When you look at the details, this is designated for you. Not just a potential plagiarism, that the requirement from the university that you have to put this word in the footer. So leave it. You can move forward to the number 2. Or you look at that, the same, because every single page use the same word. You have 2 options. Exclude this. Exclude. They will exclude for you. And change to the number 3. Again, you look at that. This is more select for you. You look at that. Number 3 again. But the found one match is longer than 100 words. You look at that. Exactly the same. Longer than 100 words. Almost paragraph. And I don't see any signs that you give the citation again, but you forget something else. Missing a quotation. So this one, identicate reminder again. Hey, this is the improper citation. I don't think it's good for you to let you go. So this one, think about it. How do you manage on this? This is only one match. Hey, so move it again. Number 4, once again. This is again, you look at that. More silent. You look at that, you cannot leave only 1%. Because this one is, you look at that, no side, no citation is more sillier than the previous one. You cannot click exclude no, because longer than sentence. Most of paragraph is highlighted in clean, show you that, hey, you cannot do that. I think recommend you to change to your own word or paraphrasing. So this is we call, you look at that, even one match. So this is not allowed. You are potential to plagiarism for this. Because only one match is equal to 161 word. And then move to another one. What about less than 1%? Do you have to pay attention on this? Do I have to pay attention on this? Do you have to pay attention on this? Less than 1%. Less than 1%. What does this mean? Less than 1% again. again, less than 1%. Less than 1%, you look at that. Less than 1% is mean 1% is equal to, for this papers, is equal to 111. If the Turnitin found less than 111, start from one word up to 110. The Turnitin will classify it in group of less than 1%. Because Turnitin or iThenticate not as cannot classify in more detail, such as this is mapped to 0.99, 0.97, 0 is more detail from this. It's a longer list of this. So the Turnitin will assign it if less than down the same is mean from this for one word up to 110. They will assign it or group it or categorize it in less than 1%. And you look at that, this one, for me, I recommend you to see the detail that iThenticate less for you. This one, 70 word for one. And you look at that, again, you give a code, zoom it, zoom it, zoom it. You give a code, you give a code. If you encode the quotation and citation, even you got 70 word, you can leave it, you can ignore it. But if you forget some things, missing quotation, you have to come back and encode the quotation again. So you can move forward to another source. This is the idea. This is the idea. So for me, this is quite useful for you to look at the details, to look at the detail. So another one I want to show you, this one, match group. I like this one. Match group is show you in overall overview. You look at that. This is quite I mean quite more explanation for me and quite more make me understandings watch match this call or categorize me in the group of no side or no quote. Just put on this. You look at that. The percentage is equal to this one, 181, equal to 17%. But in 17% from the first one, they detect 161. 161. And see, no quote, no sign. Look at that. Wow. You look at that. 161. I cannot leave it because you look at that. No quote, no sign. This is more clearly for me. So this one, I see it. I want to compare a word by word. From the original source, you have option to click view full source text. So this one, I cannot say anything because they show you the evidence and prove you, hey, 161. You look at that on the right-hand side. What do you think? Similar or those the same? This is the same, exactly the same. I cannot say anything. I cannot use another words to make me clear on this because I have no choice from this to change to my own word. I'll give the citation. This one you can move to the second and see the details. See the details. The same idea. But they group you in a topic. So I want to see missing word. What does it mean? Missing word. See? Missing cause you mean maybe it is exactly the same and this is the case, the number of case law. You forget to give the code and look at the detail. If you think I don't need to encoding a quotation, so you can leave it. So this is more understanding for you. And another one, you look at that, missing citation. You look at that, maybe they found you, hey, missing citation, missing code. You look at that, you have to do something on this. This is we call match groups, match group, match group. This is we call match group. So you have two options. See individual source, detect it in compare with your original's works on the right hand side. If you prefer on this, you use the original source, the individual source. And for you, just group me. What type of detection? Then in group me in a topic. So this we call match group, match group. So this is the detail. So another one, I want you to show you how to apply a filters. It's more understanding on this. Just use a filter options. Just click filters. You look at that. We have another one that more option compare with the Turnitin for you. This is we call comparison submission against. So in Turnitin, you have to decide which source you want to compare with before you start submitting a papers. But if you want to change a source again, you have to resubmit again and again and again. So waste time. But for this one, you have option because ship on the flies. Support the first one I will let explain you. This is submitted work. Submitted work. Submitted work can be, you have an option. You can submit that your works as an originals for sharing your work with another member in this account that you are an originals because submitted works in this sense. So internet's content, the same idea as the Turnitin. They will check again with the current data and archive data back to 15 years at least, or more than in some websites 20 years. This is we call the internet content. A publication, you imagine you are searching from the current issue for these journals that's already published. This is because the publication can be a journal articles, can be proceeding articles, can be some partial books. This is because the online publication already published it. This is the publication. A cost left, you remember that? I told you earlier. The cost left, this is the agents that assign the journals who wish to have the DOI numbers. Suppose the journals, they have the DOI numbers, it can be say that is the member of course lab. So this means you search a clause, a journals, clause, a publication that is that's are members of course lab. This is we call the course lab. So you can search the previous research. It's good for you to previous research. Even posted content is mean the content that's already submit but haven't published in the VOA, the version of record yet, is mean like a publish ahead of print, advance in a print. So before a print is published, the people who subscribe online can read first. This we call posted content. And the preprint sources, you imagine type of journals. If you classify in the access of journals, we can group the journals in different types. The first one we call the open access. The open access journals mean you don't have to pay for viewing the full text. The author will pay the article processing for charge for you. It's free of charge for access the journals. The journal will publish the VOR version of the record, the PDF version for you, and you can download it. This is the open access. And another one we call the subscribe journals. Subscribe journals mean the reader who want to access the full text. They have to pay for the subscription free in annual. If you don't pay the subscription fee, you cannot access the full text. And the last one we call the hybrid journals. The hybrid journal is based on the subscription journal. The subscription journal is mean you have to pay the app subscription fee to access the full text. The same as universities have to subscribe the journals online. But the hybrid journal, they have option for the orders. You have the option to pay for article processing charge to open your articles for free without charging for viewing the full text. This is we call the hybrid. So it's preprint is mean if you are authors cannot afford the publication fee and mean article processing charge for hybrid journal and the open access journals. The journal we have an option. We have a clean open access. Clean open access. The clean open access it mean allow you to post it or keep your articles in we call a submitted version of articles. Submitted articles is mean this is the first articles that you submit to the journals. Haven't added, haven't changed to the word that the reviewer recommend from you. This is the first steps that you submit to the journals. We call submitted articles or clean open access, or another word we call preprint sources. So this is we call the preprint sources. The original articles that haven't changed or added to the recommendation from the reviewers to cut this off, add more information on these, or add this from this paragraph is still the same as the first step that you submit to the journals, you can't submit that. Or another word we call the preprint. This is a more option for you. Suppose this is the articles that you want to compare with the previous works. You can uncheck all and leave only checks for me from the publication. I mean, the originals research or previous research at already published from now back to 10 years or back to 15 years and apply to it. It will generate you for you. Only 9% and only the publication. Recheck again. You look at that. Just only 9 words for each. So this is another feature. Oh, I'm happy on that. I'm not similar to previous research. So again, I just checks internet. Apply for it. Internet is quite similar to a lot. It's quite similar to an internet. So it's that internet is more similar for me. I have to change. It still have some sentence similar to a web page on this website. I have to realize it. So this is compare a source from the internet. Another one compare with in-house is mean previous research from PSU and apply to it, submit work, and back to it. No match. Fortunately for me, I don't have similar to my colleague any ajan or any lecturer or any student under PSU. And another few days again, cost left, preprint, and ahead of print, apply for it. Back to again, is file some this, but it's not longer than 10 words. So it's quite happy for me. So I recheck again, individual source. We can apply for it. This is for you to more clearly understanding for iThenticate detect for individuals type of source. And another one, you look at that, exclusions filters. Some of you say, can you exclude me the code just Mac voice and apply voice? And back to this one. The original one you got 26. When you exclude a quote or any word encoding with the quotation, they will leave it and down to 18%. So another filter again, small match. Small matches mean you look at that, a word that may be longer up to X word for each map. So explain you, what does it mean, a small map? Small map mean when you look at that the iThenticate detects, they detects only my university names, my countries, my books that I use often, my methodology that most people in this field have to mention on this, maybe country names, faculty names, lakes name, or animals description or something. Doesn't matter, not longer than X word. The turn in give you the idea, give you a word, X word. X word, that's enough. Don't change. Because you imagine on this. Then in say, length of word 1 to X is quite general for detect from the scientific names, detect from country names, detect from other names, same as your names. Maybe they detect from uh animal names, plants names, or even the methodologies that in this field mentions have to mention. So that's what is enough. So I want to turn it in or iThenticate to exclude any subset that detect from one word to eight word. Don't calculate in similarities report. So apply for it. Back to again. It's down to 16%. So this is quite, we call the filters. So the rest of that I will show you in another submission. A bibliography, how it works. What does it mean exclude cited text? What does it mean abstract and methodology? So move to this one again. This one. I go to this one again. Go to this one. I will show you another report. This one, you look at that. We have this one. Show you. You look at that. This is because citation in text. When you give citation in text on this, citation in text on this, that's mean you don't worry about the highlight. This is for the sample only. The citation in text mean this sentence, this is your own word, but idea is from other works. So that mean you paraphrase other works idea to your own work. The leader say, hey, leaders, this is not my idea. This idea from this gentleman, Brown, and his colleague. So I don't give a quote because I change to my own work. This is we call citation in text. Don't need a quote. The turn it in say, hey, you have option. The option is mean you exclude cited text. Cited text mean this one. Cited is mean any idea that I paraphrase from other works, I use my own word. I want to in to exclude that. You look at that, I just click on this. Exclude cited text and apply for it. It's gone. Any text that and I give a credit from the owners of this idea that we gone out. So this is we call exclude cited text. Back again. This is cited. You look at that cited text. Exclude cited text. Apply for it. It's gone out. This is we call exclude. Another one, references. We look at that references. References. The references, when you see in multicolor, it mean can be similar to the people who do the same topics as you. It's quite popular in this topic. But if the reference highlight the same color is not good for you. It means like you are potential to copy the reference from other works. You don't research by your own. But this is a multicolor. So I can use this one, exclude bibliography, and apply for it. It's gone. So this is another option for exclude bibliography and exclude is more understanding for you. And the rest of this, what about the abstract and methodology? I will show you another report. I'll show you another report. In another report, show you how it look like. Back to my file again, another reports. Another reports show you on this. In another report, suppose this is your articles. You say, I don't want to check my abstracts. I don't want to check my methodology part because I already checked it. It's quite similar to the previous research. Previous works, my previous work. You have option to exclude in section. So this one, I want to exclude abstract. I just check abstract. Excuse me, the abstract. They want checks for you for abstract and leave for you. And another one, method. You look at that method. Maybe you use the same methodologies, the methodology that you want to exclude it. This is will be called methodologies. So this is more a filter for you from this. This is we call, you can exclude in section, abstract section, method section, and exclude side that text is more valuable for you. And then what else? What is should I know? What should I know? Another option. You look at that. Suppose customs. Custom. If you have the custom, suppose I have set to exclude me the fundings. You look at that fundings. The fundings. This funding is mean I don't want the fundings to check the funding. It mean the fundings will exclude for me. Filters. So checks select and deselect. So it mean fundings. They don't highlight the fundings. They don't see the fundings. So this is mean you can switch and on off to check the fundings. Custom section, the funding section. So this is the custom section. So this you can set the section you want to detect filters this section off. So you can use this one. The custom section. Back to custom section again. So you can on off on this. X, and you look at that. How many match that exclude from this part of this flags? Explain flag again. Flags is mean if you found two things on your papers, is quite maybe look not good. The first one we call hidden text. What does it mean, hidden text? Hidden text support you look at that hidden text. Suppose you written a word October's. The October's suppose this sentence you quote from other works, you just put and quote on this. and you don't give the citation, and you're cheating the iThenticate by change to a white color, change to no color on this, no color on this, no color on this, no color on this. Suppose I say no color on in white. You look at that. If you look at it on this, no color on this. For human, it's invisible. Invisible for human. Cannot see the code. Suppose you are using a pi for execute code. This sentence is not highlight because to authenticate understanding, you put the code, the authenticate detect that using a code. But a human is invisible for human, visible for authenticate. I authenticate maybe notice that it may be the user is cheating. They put the flag on this. They put the flag on this. So they will put the flag like this, put the flag, and remind the lecturer to do that. Maybe student, this one is cheating. They hidden a text. So this we call the hidden text. And another one we call suspicious characters mean replacing the character. Replacing is mean usually October is spelled with O. Can lead for the Octobers. But if you change some, the character that's similar to O, I just change to zero, the number zero. It's quite similar to O characters. But when the machine translating, suppose October algorithm is equal to 11. But if you change O to zero, the turn in or authenticate treat as indifferent words. They don't highlight this one. Even you copy from this. And then we put the flag on this. Say, this is the replacement or word replacing or character replacing. So this is we call a flag. We call a flag. So this one, if no flags mean they cannot see, detect anything. And another one's AI, AI report, AI report. The AI report, you look at that, and you have the AI report. They will show you separate the report. The first report similarity text. Some of this one written by AI. But you have to separate this one, which sentence, which paragraph is written by AI. You're just using it on this AI writings. What part of this? 35%. Highlight on this. This is the AI writing. So this one, I use the AI to like me on the review of agreement of euthanasia. I don't like, I don't use this not my word. This is AI writing for me. So this is the AI detection. This is the AI detection. So when you finish, you're happy on this, you want to print it for future use, they have the option on this. You can download similarity report or even the AI report. This is the separate, the original report and AI report. And print different from above. Above is saved in PDF, saved in files. This is used to print. There is a format for printing. We call print similarity report. And original submission is mean support your original file thesis is gone because hard disk is cracked or you got a virus, the file is damaged, cannot recover. So you can use this one, original submission. But then it will let you save the original files, like your first submission to the Turnitin. If original file in docs, you can save in docs again. So this is called original files. Or we can even use email. So let's say how it looks like. Just click similarity report. Similarity report. Okay. Just a few seconds, and you look at that, you got a few minutes. A report again, a report. Your report, you look at that, they will summarize for you how many percent and what apply, what filter you have applied to, and the details. It's quite useful for you. This is a little bit quite understanding. And another word, you look at that, and another one that I have left, compare dog to dog again, compare dog to dog again. So I just back to my file again. And you look at that, dog to dog. Just click on this dog to dog. Dog to dog, they will report you in difference from the original one. You look at that, 100% from the dog number one. This file name, 100%. The dog number two is a few match, not found anything. That's zero match, zero match, zero match. But the first one is 100 exactly the same as you. This is we call dog to dog. You can apply filter to the same as thing. But this is just show you only the file that you compare with only. Compare with only. So this is for all for today, how to interpret it. So I will summarize you again what I have done. The first one, the type of user. You are using type of user is we call the user account because you end your user. So you have to know how can I get an account. After that, I will let the librarian explain for you how to get the account. And remember that you need to know how to access. The library will provide you the unique URL. It depends. You cannot type iThenticate.com. You have the uniques for PSU only. So this is called how to access. And you know how to edit your account. Just go to your account, just click on this, edit an account. The second section is we call the manage. Manage file, manage folders. You can use this one, add folders, edit folder, edit files, move folder, sharing files, or delete folder and delete file. Restore, you can restore any folder that you have deleted and put in attached and restore it again, or permanent delete. This is we call restore. And how can I upload? Easy one. You have two options. Compare with other works. We call repository comparisons. Compare doc to docs. It means compare your own works, previous works, and your existing works. or current research works, or compare with people who compare with or campaign that's copy from your works. This is we call doc to docs. And the report will show you the report and more option for you in the filters. The report will show you two option of report. The first option we call the similarity report. Similarity report. Similarity report in group by source, by source, by source, by source again, by source, again, missing. This one we call a sources. The text show you in individual source. But if you want to see more understanding, they will group you in type of topics. Maybe you say, hey, you missing quotation, you are not size, you something quite potential to plagiarism. So this is what we call match group. So you can apply filters, apply checks individual source, 2 sources, 3 sources, or single sources. Don't need to apply a new, don't need to upload a new submission again. Or exclude reference a quoted text, quoted a cited text that is your own word, but not your idea. A section, abstract, methodology, or even just small word. We call exclude a small met. This is for all. So let's check the question first. And please evaluate the come. So any questions so far? Any questions so far? I think you may be clear on that.
Yes, I have question.
Yes.
Yes, I have a couple of questions. The first one, what is the fundamental difference between iThenticate and Turnitin?
Yep.
And second, does the similarity of the bibliography writing after uploading the file become an issue for the writing to be changed or paraphrased? And the last one, what percentage of AI tolerance limit is recognized by iThenticate? Thank you.
So I answer your questions first. What the difference between Turnitin and iThenticate? The idea is the same, but the difference is the purpose of using. The iThenticate is good for the people who want to publish a research to journals, proceedings, or events, preparing books for publish. Because this is where use the different, a bit different source to compare with. So the Turnitin doesn't provide you compare with the member of course left in details. The Turnitin not compare you with the publication that we call a head of planes or even the clean open access. And you'll have look at the Turnitin. You don't allow you to exclude, we call exclude the research section, such as methodology, such as acknowledgement, such as fundings. The Turnitin is good for, we call the academics institution for university, for teaching, learning, and teachings. Support for the purpose of using the Turnitin. I want to check assignment that I assign to undergraduate student and master's student or graduate student in a class. I will have to clear the class and clear the assignment. So in each assignment, I have a point. So I can apply, we call the rubrics to give you a criteria for not only checks what you copy from other works or not, but I can give the criteria to give you a points on this. This is good for one. And you think about the assignment is different format from the journals that you are going to publish. You don't have the section to compare with. Don't have uh, an, a member of class left to compare with. So you have to compare with others. We call the another university that challenge a data from you. This is means I give you the case study on this. It turns is good for uh academic institution in sense of this. Suppose you study master's degree in Kuala Lumpur University, maybe in Malay. So you have done a thesis, maybe a topic on a solar cell in a greenhouse or in green industries. And you publish journals too in the same topic, part of thesis you publish. And University in Kuala Lumpur using the Turnitin, they have an option to save your thesis as an originals under the Kuala Lumpur University. We call standard repository. And then after that, in 2 years later, you study in further education, you apply for a doctoral degree or doctoral candidates in PSU, and you are going to choose for we call dissertation. You just take some part from master degree from Kuala Lumpur and put it on chapter 2 in doctoral dissertation and submit to university. If the PSU using the Turnitin, the Turnitin can detect that, hey, the whole chapter 2 is not news. You can be from previous work because they show that this is already submit to Kuala Lumpur University last 2 years. This is can visible for a lecturer to know that this is not a part of thesis. It's quite copy from we call the sales plagiarism. But if you are using the iThenticate, iThenticate cut this source off. iThenticate checks only the internet source. The second one, they checks the online publication. They be called the premium publications that I already mentioned on you on the beginning of training, but cannot check the we call the standard the training in repository that any university use it. So this is missing this source. Not just good for academics. If you are using only the iThenticate, iThenticate is used for it's good for public. This is the difference. So summarize for you. A big difference, the source that compare with. The Turnitin use 3 major sources. The iThenticate use only 2 major sources. iThenticate don't have the student repository. But in second, because the premium scholarly journals, the Turnitin just search for the basics publication, but not in depth. But iThenticate search in depth, search in article in advance, or clean open access, or even submit that work in-house for you, but not search across to another university. This is a summary. But some exclusion is more filters is designed for the research articles, but turn it in designs for any assignment that are using in the educational fields. This is the difference. A second question again, I forget it.
Okay, the second, does the similarity of the bibliography or uh, reference writing after uploading the file become an issue for the writing to be changed or paraphrased?
Hmm. I will repeat you again. Your question is the similarity of the reference
Yes,
and
or
what?
bibliography.
Uh-huh. I mean, the
Uh,
list of the bibliographies is similar to another works, isn't it?
yeah, yes, I mean, is that become an issue for the writing to be changed or paraphrased?
Mm-hmm.
The similarity that the
Mm-hmm.
similarity of the bibliography uh, is have to the writing to be changed or paraphrased if it is found similarity in bibliography or references.
Um, so, I will just to make me more understanding. If you suppose the list of your reference is maybe 15 references, and the identities are attended in for that, half of your reference is similar to other works. Is it true? Isn't it?
Yes, that's true.
So it doesn't matter. Suppose I am going to to show you. It's not a major thing that you have to think about for reference. Suppose you are doing the same topic as me, solar cells, but in this fields have to use the core books, core journals to mention about on this the basics technology on solar cell. You and me use the same journals, use the same textbooks. Maybe you and me left hand is the same. Maybe 10 of left hand is the same. But in the list of that, you and me is different. This is not quite serious, but you have to look at detail that you mentioned on the journals. You rely different from me. That's okay. So you don't worry about this similarity in reference that you have to think about. If you list of reference, you the same as me, 100%. Suppose you 50 reference, you got 50 reference. I got 70 reference. 50 reference is similar to me. That is mean that you quite copy reference from me. Maybe the publisher will ask you, hey, you research by your own or you copy reference from other works. This is the idea. So if the reference highlight in multicolors, that's okay for this. Doesn't matter. Do I answer your question?
Yes, a little bit.
Uh,
So the point of the similarity is it's their tolerance
Hmm.
if they define the similarity in the reference of bibliography.
Uh,
That's right.
uh, the similarity or just only the left length?
Yes.
Uh, they should mention on this. They say in overall, the overall, but you cannot just want the similarity left length have to be not exceed 20. No, they don't mention on this. But in the overall, maybe the idea is, suppose some publishers said that the overall similarity for the original research articles don't exceed 20%. But suppose you got 15%. That means journal haven't prove you that you are clear on that. The publisher will look at in the individual source. If the individual source is equivalent to 3% or more, they will look at in the details for detection because they think 3%, 3%, you think about the limited word, total word for research articles, maybe not exist to 5,000. 3% of 5,000 is equal to 150. So if they found that the individual source equal to 3%, that means you copy 150 word. If they found one match in discussion pass, even you got 15%, you may just as your plagiarism because 150 word found in important section, so can be whole research not conducted by you. You copy idea from other works, it's not you anymore. Maybe I want to reject you. I don't accept your paper. So not left flank say how many percent similarity to other works. I don't have the data on this. I'm sorry on that. And the last question again, the AI.
Yes. The last one, what percentage of AI tolerance limit is recognized by iThenticate?
Um, the AI. This 1 second. So show you. So I try to understand your question.
หมด
Just
คำถามแล้วใช่ไหมคะคุณบอล
ยังครับผมยังไม่ได้ตอบ last question เลย last question so I will file for you just all on the question just so the question you mean the AI percentage or similarity, the percentage. Can you explain me more on AI again?
I mean, uh, is there a limit tolerance of AI similarity
You
in the
mean the report
training?
on the right hand side on this one?
Uh, yes.
Oh,
Uh, is that 30% is the maximum limit tolerance, or how much the limit the limit tolerance for the AI detection?
mhm. I got your point. So from I have just finished readings about the AI lightings. So more people use AI for do the systematic review. Suppose you collect the previous research that related to topics, hundred of articles. You may spend a month to review hundred of articles. So you can use the AI to summarize for you and just give you the idea for readings. But if you are using the AI writings in your thesis, suppose you are on the chapter 2, you haven't lied by your own word. You just ask AI, hey, AI writings, uh, literature for me for on topics, solar cells, and you add it to your chapter. Half of chapter 2 is not your own word. So suppose I'm lecturer, I will question back to you. Have you read through hundred of papers? Or you just use 1 second for AI to write you? How you have a background of knowledge on that topic or not? So for me, I don't think if I'm using AI, maybe 10% of support. You look at that, you got five 500. 10% of 500 is equal to 50 words. It means 50 words if you using the AI. But your thesis is longer than 500. It may be 100,000. 10% of 100,000 is equal to 10,000. 10,000 words is not your. If 10,000 is in chapter 2, it means you haven't read through the previous works. You just use the AI to finish your chapter 2. And if I ask you, you have the knowledge on this, you haven't read through hundred of papers. So for me, I think some universities say, hey, AI maybe 10% not good enough. 5% maybe that can accept. It's depend on what counts. You got the idea?
Yes, I get it. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
หมดคำถามแล้วใช่ไหมคะ
ครับเดี๋ยวต้องแนะนำเขา unique URL อะไรด้วยนะว่าเขาต้อง account ยังไงครับเพราะว่าผมไม่รู้ URL ตะกี้ผมพูดกับเขาไปแล้วว่าเดี๋ยวให้มันรับมาพูดแล้วกัน
URL
แล้วก็เขา do you know how to get the account and do you know the unique URL to access the alternate in do you have information on this
ในหน้าเว็บไซต์ใช่
do you want the librarian to show you how to get the account and how to get the URL unique URL to access
Have you registered before? Yes.
Can you answer the librarians? They ask you, they ask all of you. Are you still there?
คุณบอลได้ยินไหมคะ
ได้ยินครับ
โอเคค่ะ
พูดไปเลย
ค่ะไปที่หน้าเว็บไซต์ของห้องสมุดนะคะ
อ้าวแล้วเขาจะรู้ได้ไงครับ ไม่พูดภาษาอังกฤษอ่ะ
โอเคค่ะ first of all you have to go to clib.psu.ac.th and go to service button and go to online form and the first one as you see now then click here and you have to register first to access the iThenticate program ค่ะ and staff will send you email ค่ะ and anything else
Do you have any questions so far?
มีอะไรบ้างจะชูไหมหรือว่าอะไร
So if you don't, for my part, I'm speaker. So from my part of for me trainers, thank you for all of you. So even you are student, even you are lecturers. So I hope today you can get more information about the iThenticate. And some of you familiar with the Turnitin, you can compare with the major features that some is different. And you can find that iThenticate is more useful for you in some part of this that Turnitin cannot. So further question, you can ask the librarian to fix you. And I hope you to get it very soon and going to publish and journal except for your papers. Have a good lunch. See you later. Thanks and goodbye. And I pass it to the librarian to announce you again. So hope to see you again very soon. Thank you for your attention. My contact you can ask the librarian will give you later. Maybe give you later. Maybe give you later. So if you want the context, I will hold on a second. So I give you the email address. Give you the email address. Support further question. You can send your further question to our help desk at book.co.th. So for technical question, using the iThenticate, you can send directly to helpdesk at book.co.th and mention you are a member of PSU University and leave the question to the helpdesk. They will prompt to answer you. They will prompt to answer you. Remind you again, further questions send to helpdesk at book.co.th. Or you can leave your question to the live link. They give you the context.